Hi everybody, welcome back to Jenny's Random. Welcome back to another video. And as you can see, I'm on my couch. And this is the short awaited why I quit my job video. So if you want to learn more about why I made the decision I did, then keep watching. All right, y'all, so yes, I announced this in my vlog from last week, the kitchen one. If you didn't watch that, go ahead and watch the video. I'll link it in the description and probably put a card up here. And yes, I made the big announcement that I quit my job. I am now a full-time stay-at-home mother. And yes, at the last child. So if you don't know, my husband and I together collectively have 4 children. Okay, so he came into the relationship with 2, I with 1, and then we had Jackie together. So I mean, and our boys are grown now, so they are 21, 20, and 19. I never say it in order, but yes, we have full-blown grown children, and then we have Jackie. She is the caboose. So yes, I'm gonna be looking down at my phone because I did make notes. It's not gonna be a super long video. I have a limited amount of time to record, so that'll work out in y'all's favor and mine. But I did want to do a sit down and a formal video as you guys continue to watch my channel, as more people continue to subscribe. You will see a shift in the focus and a shift in the type of content that is going to be coming out. And you know, as I do my planner videos, you'll see a shift in how much more details go into my weekly digital planning. Excuse me, I'm not sure which video is going to come out first, but this is the second video I am recording today. I did an unboxing and I'm all talked out, but I do have my coffee to help me get through the recording, and some water in my cycle bar, what do you call it, water bottle that I picked up. I finally took another cycling class, but this time it was my first time at Cycle Bar. I loved it. It was such a freaking vibe. It was dope, okay? And I will bring y'all along on one of my trips. I think I decided to do a group activity or a group physical exercise each Friday. So let's get started. Number 1 on my list of why I quit my job was all right, y'all, I had to catch my breath because I'm just hyper because I'm nervous about this video. You know, you never know what people's feedback will be. I haven't really discussed everything with my family, like, you know, I discussed everything with my mom, and my husband discussed everything with my mother-in-law, so they're in the loop. I discussed everything really with my sisters, but you know, I do have extended family that watch my videos and friends and whatnot. So let's just get right into it. So to be more available at home for my husband and Jackie. So, you know, as I stated, we are a family of 6. We are a family of 6, but the 3 boys have since moved out. One's in an apartment with friends, another one's college, and so it's been different. And you know, when you have such a big family, there's a lot of hands on deck. It's a, you know, a more full house. It's a lot more messy, but it's manageable because you have, you know, you're in it together. Everybody wants to make each other comfortable. Well, you know, with some teeth pulling, of course, because they were teenagers. But they would help. So now it's just myself, my husband, and Jackie. So between schedules like going to work, overtime, getting Jackie to school, picking her up, It was a complete mess, and it was a mess for a while because the boys, as I said, you know, into their 20s, into their more independent lives and more independent schedules. They don't have time to be helping me out and, you know, running Jackie around. That's unfair to them. You know, if, you know, once kids become adults, it's my belief system that it's their time to focus on themselves. It's their time to be independent, not mommy and daddy's little helpers. So, you know, I committed that to them. I said, you know, once you guys had graduated high school, that's it. Now you guys focus on you. And of course, as you know how hard it is for college students already, they don't have time to be, you know, second or third or fourth parents. Yeah, so I have to be more available to Jackie and my husband and their needs, and as well as my own. You know, being at home, it gives me a lot more opportunity to have a more flexible schedule, get things done in a way that I can manage. And this is my third week being at home, and it's been such a difference. The quality of life in the house has improved with more home cooked meals, a cleaner house. It's just been a wonder. It's been a hard transition for me, but I'll discuss that in a minute. So I wanted to be more available to them. Then household management. So as I stated, the house is cleaner. You guys saw the condition of my kitchen in my previous video. It was a mess, and you know, and some parts of it, you know, obviously not the parts when I'm preparing food and whatnot, but there was definitely a high level of neglect in every room of the house. So when I did my office makeover, you guys saw that I got some new curtains, some what do you call it, new couch cover, like the pillow covers and all of that. So definitely making the home a little more pretty, because I was anticipating making the change. However, my husband requested that change 2 months earlier than I was prepared for. So luckily, you know, I did start making that shift a little early, like preparing the house, getting things ready. But my goodness, like we were thinking like, you know, later this year, early next year. No, this man woke me up and he was like, tomorrow you're going in and it's a dub. And I'm like, oh my God, yes. It was the day before the first day of school. And it was because he's looking at his schedule and then looking at my schedule, and then the commuting Jackie back and forth to school, because we could have put her in a school closer to our house, but it's not a great school. I wanted a better school for her, so we got her into the better school. But that just made navigating the geographical, navigating all of that was going to be a complete mess. He is already overwhelmed because he transferred at work, you know, in the anticipation of a promotion, and he's well on track for that. So he needs to be focused. And my job, although my job is very important, or was very important, the path we're taking was much more important. So, you know, we did that. And when he announced it early, you know, I'm like, okay. So I kind of, you know, I went with the flow. I prayed on it. He prayed on it. You know, we woke up the next morning. He was like, I'll take you down there or whatever. And he did. And, you know, we just talked it over that night, you know, waking up in the middle of the night, like, what if it's not the right decision right now? It, you know, it was a lot of thought and a lot of talking that went into it. Again, you know, it wasn't an overnight decision altogether. The time frame was an overnight decision. We had a plan in place, and then it just kind of went the way it did. So now, you know, it has helped me manage the house better. It's helped me be there more for Jackie, you know, when the boys were here, it was easier for her. And she misses her brothers dearly. I miss them too. You know, they come, they visit, but you know, not as frequent as I would like. But you know, we miss those pieces where it was a fuller house. Now she's, you know, growing up alone, essentially, like an only child. So, you know, I have to be there for that transition, because, you know, when kids go from having siblings to not having siblings in the household, they start latching on to kids outside the household and those kind of influences. And for me to run around and my husband to be running around focusing on getting to work and the jobs that we had, like I was working in school security for the New York Police Department, so a school resource officer, and that is intense work. You know, working with other people's children, high intensity, you know, responding to emergencies, that kind of thing. So, you know, I was able to manage it. It was much easier to manage it when the boys were in school, but it's a much different school system now, and it just got to be, I'm doing this out of order, so we're on number 5, but I need to go back to the other topics. Anyway, it was a very stressful job, so there was no way I was going to be able to continue that and be there for her and for my husband. There was no way. So we made the decision. The job was very stressful, and it wasn't helping the already stressful environment at home. And I don't say that to say that we had a bad environment at home. It was definitely full of stress and, you know, attitude and impatience, a level of impatience and a level of trying to keep it together in here, as far as cleaning up mess, running laundry around, cleaning chores like deep cleaning, that kind of thing. A lot of things fell by the wayside because both my husband and I were just way too tired to deal with it. Jackie's 10. She helps out as she can, but you know, you do have those children that are helpful with chores, good with chores. That was Makai and Sincere as well. Juju was lazy and Jackie is lazy. So, you know, it's not bad parenting. It's just knowing your child and knowing what they can and cannot handle, which is fine. You know, she'll grow into wanting to be more I don't want to say more clean because she's not dirty, but like, you know, she'll be more chore driven later on. So I can't rely on her for that. So, you know, I just need to be here and doing it and taking care of the household environment. It needs to be stress-free for everyone's mental health. And mental health was another important thing. I was getting very stressed. I was angry at work. I come home after having a very stressed day, not being, you know, my most chipper self at work. I got a transfer I didn't like, and that made things worse. And then when I get home, don't want to deal with family, don't want to deal with my husband's stress of the day. Jackie with her, oh mommy, guess what we did at school? Oh, guess what happened? Blah. I wanted everything to turn off. That was me, like the blinders, the blinkers. Every day we were ordering food out. We were spending upwards of probably $300-400 a week or a week and a half in ordering food, because I used to do meal preps. I used to have, you know, some degree of the kids helping me out with that, and it just, we fell completely off with having a routine at home, because we got to a point where we are grasping at or we're just barely getting it done. You know, the bills are paid. That's always first and foremost. The bills will be paid no matter what. But after that, whatever goes was going. So mentally, it was affecting everybody, because, you know, if the house is a mess or things are not organized, you're looking for something. You know, I was doing laundry drop off. I still do, but after I pick it up, it will sit there until we wear it from the laundry bag and put it right back out to go get washed. And you know, in the morning time, you don't have time to be digging through the big old laundry bags. And it was 2 mega bags because sometimes we would just be too tired to go drop off laundry. So it would be 3 weeks, nearly 2 or 3 weeks, if I'm being honest, that we would not go and get the clothes washed. And that just goes to show you that, you know, we live in sort of an abundance, but why should it be that way? Why should we have to rely on abundance for the basics, the necessities? So yeah, it really can get to you, you know, constantly on this rotation of going to work, coming home, and then you know, on the weekends off or the days off, you're so tired you don't want to address the mess. You just want to sit down and breathe. You want to go hang out. You want to try to plan some vacations, which we were doing that, but like the basics, the bare necessities, we were failing at that. So that was another reason. So household managing, being available, mental stress, work stress. So I did that. My transition. So yes, the transition has been a bit hard for me because I was not prepared. And you know, I never give flowers or the grace to the moms who have been in the game doing this from day one, managing how many kids, managing doctor's appointments, medication pickups, activities for the kids, activities for the families, meals, chores, everything. Because my thought process was, oh man, things are just going to be so much easier. But when you stay home and you realize everything that has been neglected, it can hit you like a punch to the gut, and it did for me. You know, I already had in my head the timeline, you know, that I mentioned of when we would do it. You know, not for months from now. And so I always envisioned that as we got closer, I would prepare myself a schedule for this. And I did not prepare a schedule. So now that's what I will be focusing on this week, because I hit the ground running. I quit, right? And then the next day was the first day of school. So it was getting Jackie to school, finding out schedules, finding out drop-offs, pickups, and then my husband with his flip-floppy schedule, overtime, working odd hours changing. So and then once we did that, it was just like, man, he really made the decision at the right time. There was no way we were managing this back and forth with both of us working. There was no way. I mean, we would have been at each other's throats if somebody is not the sole caretaker of the house and somebody is the sole caretaker of the bill paying, the working. So this is the format that is working for us. There was no way. So as I said, I hit the ground running. So once I dropped her off, it's like 6 hours in between I had to go pick her up. Now it's longer because she's in after school, so that helps out. But now it's just, and gym schedules, I forgot about that because my husband and I, we were going like 5 times a week, and then that kind of slowed down because I was just too tired to go. So there were weeks I wasn't going at all. So, and then I'm seeing those changes. I'm getting my body back now, but the plate was too full. So I would drop her off, come back home, and then you guys saw I was doing the kitchen. That took a few days to do. This is still very new. Then we did the bedroom. Well, we did the bedroom first because I wanted a new bed, so I ordered that. I did my bedroom. Then after the bedroom was the kitchen. You guys saw me through the living room and my home office. So that was done. But it was just tons of clutter, tons of chores to do. And yeah, I don't know, I'm rambling, but it's still very fresh. because all of this has happened, we're still in it. So it was just, you know, when you find one thing to do, you find another thing to do. My light didn't change. I'm sorry, my light didn't change. So, you know, I was just giving myself too much to do, and then I was going back to the gym a lot more, or I have been going to the gym a lot more. So just going through those motions. So it's been a hard transition because I didn't have the time I needed to prepare for it. And I don't know how many minutes ago I said that, and now I'm getting to the point. I wasn't prepared for all the things that came with it. So we did food shopping, and so just meal prepping. You know, I would forget to take things out for dinner because I'm worried about getting her to school on time, coming home, my business. That's another point. I'll get to that. So my business, and then I would forget to take things out. And, you know, the discussion was, once I'm home, all that ordering out done. We are eating at home, which is fine. You know, I cook good. They like my cooking. So yeah, I just, you know, I have the stuff in there. I just have to get myself on a routine of knowing what I want to cook for the day or the day prior, taking it out, setting myself up for success. So I will work on that scheduling now. But yeah, it was it's been a rough transition. It's getting easier now. I still have not changed my business hours. I'm not sure when I'm going to do that. But I do want to get some mentorship with regard to my business, because that's going to be another thing that's been helping, is the fact that I started the business and it kind of took off in a good way. So, you know, that week that I left there, my business was jumping for like the next week and a half. I had a full schedule still. I don't know how I would have managed that if I still was working at my other job. And then, you know, for my business, I was calling out of my full-time job to balance my business. So my schedule was all over the place. So I'm not gonna focus too much on my business, because you guys see that when I do my vlogs. Y'all see how it is. So yeah, the focus will be on my business after I get some mentorship, and I will focus on my business after I get some mentorship, and when I change my hours to reflect what I can and cannot handle. What's good is that the business I have, which is a notary business, I am able to make my own schedule and book appointments according to my needs. So I love that about working for myself. I think I hit everything. Will I find another job? I may or may not. It depends. It depends on the needs of the house. Right now we're doing good. We prepared for it for a long time. So we're good. We're doing okay. We're doing more than good, actually. We just have to focus on our spending. I thought I had more time to to cut my spending down. As I said, I did do an unboxing of some stickers. I have a whole nother unboxing coming, so you know, I'm still working on that piece, but it will slow down. We did slow down on the ordering out, so I've been cooking a lot more this week. Feels good to do that. I love my new pots. I have an Amazon video coming out soon, by the grace of God, if I don't get lazy with recording. But will I find a new job? As I said, I may or may not, but it will have to fit my schedule. And that's only if I need to, like if we need, you know, some extra few dollars coming in, I'll get a little part-time, blah, blah, blah. But I'm really focused on my business being that tool, on top of, you know, what my husband does and our savings. So yes, Jenny quits her job. Anyway, that is all I have for this video. I don't want it to be super long. The story will develop as time goes on, as I vlog a little more of my life because, you know, I couldn't share what I was doing for a living because that went against our employee policy for reasons, for a good reason, for safety purposes. So I did start this channel wanting to be a vlogger, but a whole big chunk of my life I couldn't share, so it just didn't make sense to try as much. Like I would do my vacations and whatnot and birthdays, but I couldn't do it in the way that I wanted to, and now I can. Yay. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too long, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.
If I gotta choose me, I won't be afraid to. If I gotta choose me, I gotta do what I gotta do. When I